Some people believe that the BC Kolawole group is favored by the decisions of the two courts already attended. What's your position about it?
The two courts never endorsed the ESCO. The two courts did not say, oh, it is BC Kolawole's ESCO that was properly constituted. The two courts said it's a party affairs. If you are saying that BC Kolawole's ESCO is favored by National Working Committee, yes, you are right, but not the court.
So the fate of the party in Ekiti State now depends on the court.
Yeah, depends on the court or the party itself. If the party leadership decides to retrace its steps, because you cannot place something on nothing. And again, let me tell you something, because the constitution of the party, I've always been maintaining this. The constitution of the party, the motto written there, motto of the party is justice, unity, and progress. Justice, unity, and progress. Where there is injustice, you can never have unity. And where there is no unity, progress is difficult. So we are still at the justice. We must find justice before you can move forward. You see, that's why I just laugh, because you cannot cheat somebody and you expect that person to cooperate with you. It's not possible. It's like a thief stealing your property and you catch that thief. They did not ask that thief to give you your thing that he has stolen so that you cannot embrace him. Okay, don't worry, let's go. Your thing is still with it and they say you should cooperate with the thief. Is that feasible? It's not. It's just deceiving ourselves. If somebody is talking about reconciliation, when you have stolen people's mandate and you want us to work together to achieve a goal, it's different from where it's different party and somebody probably through rigging as a man as the governor, you go to court and the court rules that is that person, he took away the stolen mandate. There's nothing you can do about that. You will still exercise his executive power. But in this case, it's different. The Congress is not the end. It's just a means to an end. And where you have a free and fair Congresses, people don't fight about it. If we contest election and they vote for us, if you defeat me, that people kill behind you, they are more than my own, who am I going to fight? I won't have a choice than to embrace you. Congratulations. But if you did not allow that process to take place, just because you are clever, you just hijack it and you think those people, and especially in this case, we are not less than 80% of the PDP in Ekiti State.
Who?
The repositioning movement and supporters.
And the Fellowship group?
They don't have more than 20%. I challenge them. If they know, let them come to a Congress, new Congress.
Now let me ask you, what is the plea of your group with the court?
We pleaded that we were the one that actually conducted the World Congresses the way it should be conducted, because it was done at the various wards, 177. And even in this Fellowship case now, they succeeded in only 155. What happened to the other 22 wards? They are not part of Ekiti State. Even 2 local governments, are they not part of it? And even with that one, they still went ahead and conducted state congress without 2 local governments. Whereas we conducted our own with all the 16 local government, 177 wards.
But do you still have the result of the World Congresses?
Of course, we have the results.
And you present...
We are part of what we presented in court. That was why we asked the court to uphold our own. and we had INEC report. Even this kangaroo Congress, they say they are doing, I don't know how it can work. I don't know how it can work because the INEC has stated that it was not part of that congresses.
Now, what about if there is a suggestion that all these congresses will have to be redone? Will your group be ready?
We are ready. We are ready. We are not afraid. In fact, that's what we want. Because if it is not properly done, where there is no free and fair Congress, you cannot get cooperation and unity. That is the truth. That is the truth. But then, despite that too, we are open to negotiations.
How?
We are open to negotiate. That's why we are the National Working Committee on NEC now has set up a Senator Bukola Saraki Reconciliation Committee. Even the Southwest Zone has set up former Governor Ilola's committee, Reconciliation Committee. We are open to them, but we will not accept injustice.
Have they met you?
No,
committee?
no, none have met us.
And they are aware of the urgency of the Ekiti State situation?
I'm sure they are aware.
Because election is coming soon, and the party appears to be in disarray.
Well,
how do you see all this affecting?
no, it does not. It cannot affect adversely, provided the right thing is done. We still have maybe some 12 months or 11 before the governorship primary. So there's still some time. If we resolve this, maybe latest by the middle of this year, there's plenty of time for people to campaign. It does not take, even our other partner, the ruling party, has not even come out with anybody campaigning for governorship. So it has not spoiled anything. But you know, as you know, Ekiti does not condone injustice. Oh.
Yes.
Ekiti will never accept injustice. But if you do it and they see it transparently, you have supporters. But if somebody is injured, they see that somebody is cheated, you know, you will have sympathy.
Yes.
So that's what we want to do. We don't want to labor in vain. At this point, there are a lot of issues surrounding this matter. And like I said, I don't know how INEC will accept a candidate that the party will present based on a Congress it did not
attend,
monitor as prescribed by law, and where only 14 out of 16 local government participated, only 155 wards out of 177 wards participated. I don't know how that one can sail. So it is better we iron it out and get the correct thing before we move.
Do you see the Supreme Court, where your group is now, doing anything different from what the two?
Why not? It can. Don't forget that there have been cases where people lose at lower court, the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and win, and won at the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court is diligent, and that is where they must dispense justice. Because whatever decision to take there becomes a precedence which will always be quoted. So they are always very, very thorough and look at the issues involved.
But what happens if the Supreme Court verdict does not favor your group?
Now, I've said something though. Even as long as somebody is aggrieved that he has been cheated, if International Court of Justice decide to go against that person, it has not erased that person's injustice. And that's why the court has said it is the party should go and settle it. But it's because the party refused to settle it. That's why we are going all the full log. It's not free, we are spending money, but we are ready. We are ready because we must get justice. Without justice, we cannot move forward. Anybody trying to do anything different, they're just wasting their time. They're just wasting their time. It's not even about me, but look at me, for example. I'm contesting for the chairman. We have not held any election. You said somebody is the winner. Do you think I will be pacified? Even though that person is my friend, though. But why can't we have election and let him defeat me?
Okay, can we come to this conclusion that if the Supreme Court's ruling is still in tune with the former,
that is the party.
Then, and the party still maintains its position, do we conclude that that means the party probably will not do well in the coming election?
Oh, I will not say that. I will not say that, but that means the party does not mean well for itself. It can maybe, what I mean is this. If a party does not, is not fair to all parties concerned, it means it does not want cooperation. And that's what the party leadership should do. And I continue to say this. If we are rigging our own primaries and congresses, what moral justification do we have to say we are rigged out in a normal election?
People of the Fountain,